up here, get all my thumbnail and stuff going on my laptop. So it's going to be a bit slow, but let's get this set up real quick. So let me just close this for a second. And yeah, you're going to hear just my voice for a second. That's fine. So 10-minute timer. All right, here we go, guys. Stream's about to start. I'm gonna get this going with this timer, get the thumbnail going and whatnot, get it all set up. So the stream will start in about 10 minutes. What's up, Araja? Thanks for tuning in. Or god damn it, it doesn't. Okay, you know what? You guys are just gonna have to sit around and wait for a few minutes while I set up the thumbnail. Yeah, so let me close this out. So just give me 3 minutes, let's say. Should be enough time. Okay. See here, 6 viewers now. Thanks for tuning in, guys, already. I'm just getting this set up. So stream will start in about 3 minutes, I'd say. I'm on my laptop now. I'm kind of away from where I normally stream off like a gaming PC. So it's a bit different going off a little laptop. So I'm trying to figure this out real quick. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my newsletter. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, good source of information and enjoy that kind of stuff. So yeah, thank you guys for that. So let me just set this up. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon to you as well. It's about 12:30 where I am right now. Okay, so let's say the stream is going to start in exactly 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn off my mic. I'll be back in 5. Okay, thank you guys for sticking around. Let's go ahead and get started now that everything is set up. Cecil, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. When you paid subscription is starting, I'm already in. Awesome, man. Thanks for signing up. I appreciate it. So the paid subscription is starting now. So most of the blog posts, or all of them, if you're in the paid subscription, you'll get all the blog posts as well as the private Telegram chat, which I'll set up for people who pay for the newsletter. Now, if you sign up for free, you'll also get some of the content, but you'll get like occasional posts. So let's say I post 6 times in 2 weeks, which would be a good amount of posts. The free membership would maybe get one blog, email, or email blog, or the free membership would only get one. And the paid is obviously you get everything plus this. And then I'm going to be adding a lot more stuff for you guys as well. I'm going to have like a shared Google Doc for people who pay for the newsletter as well. And I'm going to keep adding things like that. So pretty much everything I do in crypto or am a part of, if you guys are part of the paid newsletter, I'll just give you guys access to all of that. So it's not just a newsletter. It's kind of like a Patreon, except I'm just doing it through this because I think it's a better platform than Patreon. So real quick, I have this. I'll have the link right here. If you guys want to vote on this, so it's a poll. What is the next big DeFi trend? I'm just trying to get it trending on this Crypto Panic website because I'm trying to do some, a little bit of marketing for Backed. So Backed is a coin I've talked about a good amount. It's a project I'm working with. So I'll link this down here if you guys want to vote on this little poll that I did. We might have to make an account, so it may not be worth it, but if you're interested in doing that, that'd be cool. So now let's get on to the point of the video now that I've answered the questions. And again, guys, the link to my newsletter is down below in the description, so feel free to check that out if you like. So the point I want to make in this video is in the video I just uploaded, which was basically this chart right here, or this Google Sheets, which is Excel on Google. I basically go over average returns and then kind of extrapolate it into an annualized return. And the reason I did this was to give you guys a good idea of how crazy returns are right now in the market and what we can expect in the future. So I did this for the total market cap, okay? The total market cap is obviously different than the DeFi market cap. They're completely, or not completely different, but there's significant differences. So what I want to do in this video is really spend some time and make some graphs and whatnot to value the DeFi markets. One thing that people have been talking about is right now stocks have been trading at a high earnings multiplier. So this is Investopedia. Investopedia is, I'd say, probably the best source out there for free finance information. They explain things very easily and very well done. So the earnings multiplier is a financial metric that frames a company's current stock price in terms of the company's earnings per share of stock. That's simply computed as price per share divided by earnings per share, also known as the price to earnings ratio. The earnings multiplier can be used as a simplified valuation tool, which to compare the relative costliness of the stocks of similar companies. So the idea with this that I have, okay, this is something that I haven't seen done before. And to be honest, it's not going to be the best metric. Like this is just kind of, and all these metrics like PE ratio, earnings per share, none of them predict the market. They're all just there to kind of help give you an idea of what's going on. So my idea is instead of doing a price to earnings ratio, because we can see these stocks, like right now, there's a lot of stocks where they were trading at like last year. So last year, you could say they were trading at a PE ratio of 5. And this year, they're trading at a PE ratio of 25. So that mean they're trading at a 5x multiplier based off their last year's prior PE ratio. So what I'm trying to do here is in DeFi, we don't have earnings, okay? We have TVL and interest rates. So my objective here, what I'm trying to do is basically kind of create these multipliers for the DeFi sector. So one thing we could do is we could take price divided by TVL, right? We could do something like holders divided by TVL, Or you could do price divided by, because that wouldn't actually be very good. You would do price divided by the TVL to, or the, the market cap to TVL ratio, right? So for every coin that you buy, how much of the market cap TVL ratio are you getting? Holders, you do holders divided by the market cap TVL ratio. And TVL, guys, if you don't understand that, it's total value locked. And for this channel, I've generally taken more of a micro approach, but it's good to take a step back sometimes and look at the whole market. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to DeFi Pulse. Okay, not the blog, but just the normal DeFiPulse.com. Go. And we're going to do something similar to what we did with the total market cap. So this is something you guys can do as well. Google Sheets is free to use. Anyone can use it. And generally the use of spreadsheets is, for me, extremely important for my success as a trader and investor. If I was doing all this trading without making spreadsheets and recording all my data and whatnot, it would be a disaster. You guys have to utilize these kinds of things. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to track things to your best ability. And you're at a disadvantage if you don't use stuff like Excel or Google Sheets. Let's see if there's any comments. Cecil, awesome. Thanks. Okay, cool, man. Naked Matrix, what's up, man? Just watching your last video. I think you're a great YouTuber and your voice is perfect for YouTube. I would just appreciate a little more volume on the videos because I'm always outside. Okay, sure. Yeah, I turn my mic volume down because depending where I am, but when I'm at my apartment, it's a noisy apartment. It's kind of like in a city type area. So there's a lot of background noise. So I turn my volume down a lot. So I understand that, but I'm usually inside. So, but yeah, I'll turn my mic volume up. I'll try and do that. And thanks, man. I appreciate it. I think for me, I just, see my views dropping and I'm like, oh, my content's trash. So I stop wanting to do it. But at the same time, when I get good comments, I'll keep going. So thank you for that, Naked Matrix. But let's go back to what we're working on right now. So I'm trying to duplicate this for DeFi because that could give us an idea. And again, guys, if you want access to all of these spreadsheets, what I'm going to do is add it to the shared folder for people who subscribe to the paid version of the newsletter. So let's just go right here. That didn't work. Copy these over. What I'm doing right now is I'm basically playing around with numbers. There is no price to market cap DVL ratio. That's not an actual thing. I'm just playing around with it because that's how you can find things in the market. So let's go back. And we're going to just make this market cap last 90 days, right? So we have the market cap, your TVL. Date. So for the date, that would be December 16th. So 12/16. And today is 3/15/2021. Okay, just make some adjustments. I think that realistically, if I were to just keep playing around with these numbers, I'd eventually find coins that would be very mispriced. Some people were saying that Balancer was very mispriced. I kind of forgot what the whole idea of it was, but it had to do with their TVL. And I do think Balancer, the market kind of hasn't caught on to Balancer yet because the idea or the way how they break up the assets into 80/20 splits or 95/5 or 70/30 versus the traditional 50/50 split is actually quite a game changer if you really think about it. So I think Bouncer could be a bit undervalued. But anyways, let's get back to this. So TVL last 90 days. We were at a TVL of only, wow, that's crazy, of only 14.5 billion. Numbers are in billions. And now we're at TVL of 43.2. That's really crazy, actually. There's not, compared to the, and DeFi Pulse, it's not going to, like this data, don't take, when you look at any of these websites, CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, unless you're using the APIs and you've built it yourself, you can't say any of these are accurate. There's too much data out there and all these cross chains and whatnot. So realistically, the TVL of all of DeFi is probably significantly higher than this, but still, it's the best representation we have of the market. So let's just go through and kind of do what I did last time. So average daily, what the hell? Okay. Average daily increase. So average daily is about, let's drag these down. And we're going to divide by, so 90 days is, what is that? 90 divided by 7 is, so divided by 12.85. Oh, oops. So what you can do here is do Fn F4, and that makes them absolute. There we go. And then average monthly over 3 months, we divide by 3. So we're at a monthly increase of 19.2 billion for TVL, which is pretty decent. If you guys are new to the stream here, what I'm doing is just trying to value the DeFi sector. This little spreadsheet. This is a very simple way of doing it. There's, probably analysts out there working for someone that have something 1,000 times more complicated than what I'm doing. But still, it's better than nothing. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure you drop a like on it as well. It helps me out. I don't really get many views anymore for some reason. I think my channel has kind of been like thrown out of the algorithm, you could say, where they just don't like it anymore. But that's fine. But anyways, let's get back to this. So what I did here is then we'll do next month's TVL. So we're just going to add the average monthly increase plus current TVL. So that puts us at 62. So that would be a percent increase. We'll just do equals. So for percent increase, always new minus old. So new minus old divided by old. Okay. So that's a 44% increase. So the TVL is actually increasing faster than the market cap. That's interesting. Okay. So you see when you guys break down numbers like this, you just find stuff that is actually very obvious, but when you aren't doing this kind of thing, you just don't notice it. So yeah, we can see here that compared to the market cap, and you can compare this to coins, The TVL, so total value locked, is increasing. And one could even extrapolate that an increase in TVL could be like a bearish indicator because it shows that people are maybe locking up stable coins. So maybe a spike in TVL equals, I don't know, maybe some sort of bearish indicator, like I said. But let's take this a step further, and I'm going to save these two things for later. So this over here. Mr. Wooter, you are awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Global Photographer is in the chat. What's up? I dropped the like as always. Thank you, man. Always appreciate your support. I'm kind of making this chart right here, which I found something interesting so far. This is very simple, and I'm going to have this shared to people who are on the newsletter as well. So compared to, and I just said this, but in case you guys are new here, compared to the total market cap, which is increasing based off these averages at a monthly rate of 30.38%, the DeFi TVL is actually increasing faster at a rate of 44.52%. So it's pretty interesting, in my opinion. We can see what that means in a little bit. So I'm going to do the same thing here, where I'm just going to take full and the gain. Yep. Oh, sweet. I can actually just copy my formulas. Wow. Okay. So you can see that the TVL is increasing at a much higher rate than the market cap based off the past 90 days. And really, people, the narrative is kind of that we're in like a, we could call it like a NFT boom. People aren't really focusing on DeFi, but I've still remained focused on DeFi simply because NFTs are just, the risk profile of NFTs compared to DeFi is not even comparable. NFTs are the riskiest thing you can invest in, no doubt. So that's kind of why I don't bother with them too much. But yes, this is interesting. So $1 1 year from now, in terms of TVL. So if you were to put $1 on the TVL today, that would be worth $88 based off the percent increases. And again, I explained in the last video, this is very simple, like predictive little model that doesn't factor in a lot of things. So don't take this as like a crystal ball prediction or anything. So cool. We can take this a step further now. Let's look at specific coins. So we have maker dominance, compound. So maker has the most locked. Then we have compound and Aave, sushi swap. Let's take a look at balancer. So the thing is, if I was savvy with Python or APIs and coding, I could automate all this and not have to make these spreadsheets, which would be amazing, because an interesting thing to see would be to calculate this rate. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm finding the average monthly return and then I'm annualizing it, right? So it'd be interesting if I could automatically do this for all these coins instead of having to manually enter it, but that's okay. But again, the point is in annualizing your returns. Instead of just taking the monthly and to annualize, you have to square it. So let's go back here. Take a look at balancer. And yeah, if you guys have any coins you want me to check out as well, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I wanted to spend the first part of the video kind of going over what I did here because I think it's something you guys can utilize. But yeah, we can actually let's play around with this real quick. So holders, okay, it's not a bad idea. I'm going to close this for a second. Mr. Rooter said, a bit off topic, but any upcoming good ICOs or IDOs? So the only good one I wouldn't say the only good one, but the only one that I'm interested in is Reniswap. So ITS, Iteration Syndicate, and Rena. Rena, the long-awaited pre-sale is still, so pre-sale, you consider that an ICO, initial coin offering. The ICO for Reniswap is still going to happen soon. So I think it's probably a week or so away. That's the only one I'm excited for, really. The rest of them, there's like one called Student Coin, which they actually emailed me for promo, but it just seems like it seems like a classic ICO pump and dump. But yeah, if you're not at the ITS Telegram, I would join that if you're interested in the presale. Cecil says Hive. Yeah, I'll check out Hive. I'll stop with this market stuff and look at Hive. Close that out. So let me close this for a second. There we go. Okay. There we go. Hey, Delta Finance launch on the 19th. Boom. Yeah. So I think I've just put in like an ETH into Delta Finance. I usually don't share how much I invest, but it's convenient sometimes to just throw in one Ethereum for a project. I mean, it might have been more. I'd have to look at my notes and kind of like remember what I put into it. But for Delta Finance, obviously I didn't make a huge investment into it because of the whole. It's very long term, right? You have this very long vesting period with the Delta tokens. You're earning 80% Delta and 20% Ethereum for your RLP tokens. But yes, Delta Finance launched the 19th. I have a decent investment into it, and I'm pretty excited. So on the 19th, you will be able to go back to the website. So guys, if you're in Delta, if you did the limited staking window, you'll need to go back to the website, which we can look at the website real quick. Let me just do this again. So I don't expose, what I've been searching up on the internet, because who knows what I've been searching. Let's look at Delta Finance. I'll show my screen again in 1 second. Let me just connect here. Yeah, okay. So yeah, back to Delta Finance. Once you claim your RLPs, you will be able to stake them immediately. Now, the thing I am considering is just a quick flip on the RLPs instead of long term, because it's a year is a long time. I do think what they've done so far is very well done. The way it's written is good, and they are from a somewhat successful project, which is Core. And Core is successful, but not on a huge scale. So I'm not fighting at all. I do think Delta could be very well done, and the contribution is quite ridiculous for a project like this. Let's look at the calculator. So 17,310 times. I don't know what Ethereum's at right now. Let's go back to CoinGecko. So Delta is starting with a market cap of 30.7 million. So that's like their pre-sale funding, which is actually very, very impressive. So, but yes, very excited to claim my RLPs on the 19th. Okay, so I was going to look at Hive for Cecil. Thanks for the suggestion. Let's go to Hive. Okay, Hive is up 88.7%, actually outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum by quite a bit. Very high volume, so those LPs are probably doing pretty well today. Let's see the markets. Okay, we have basically just Uniswap with a still pretty small spread. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whoa. So, why did it, Cecil? Why did it pump today? Do you know? Because I've looked at this in the past. I think that someone mentioned it. Maybe back here or something. I've looked at Hive before, and I am like a huge proponent in earning your crypto. Like, guys, that's the best way to be a cryptocurrency investor. Is also work with projects, start your own blog, start a YouTube channel, do something and earn crypto versus just investing. That's the best way to learn. So I support something like this. It's just, what does the token actually do, right? Um, People using Hive, pick your role in the Hive ecosystem. So I guess I could use this as well if I needed to for some reason. Features that are not existent on any current platform. The result is a community governed system that drastically brings down costs for all parties. So what's it called? Fiverr. This seems like a Fiverr competitor, which Fiverr is absolutely massive. Like Fiverr, let me look it up real quick. On BSC from 17th of March. Oh, they're being added to BSC on 17th. Okay. I'm sure you guys all saw the whole, what was it called? Pancake swap kind of DDoS hack thing. So don't fall for that. But let's look at Fiverr stock. Yeah. So Fiverr, let's see if you guys can see this. Yeah, I think you can. The market cap of Fiverr, the stock, which Fiverr seems very similar to Hive, which Hive apparently solves problems though, is at a market cap of 8.62 billion. And it's only been public for wow. It's only been public for about 2 years, which is crazy. I do think the like decentralized, because Fiverr is like a decentralized workforce. It's just not on the blockchain. And I have used Fiverr, like setting up my microphone, because when I first started my channel, my microphone was absolutely garbage. My quality was terrible. I hired some guy on Fiverr for $30. We did a Discord chat. He went through my settings. I allowed him to do that, and he fixed my mic. And so Fiverr is a great thing. And I do think this industry of decentralized freelance working is going to be booming, especially with everyone living at home or being online, which is going to keep happening. People are going to stop going out in public as much, I think. This is going to do very well. But let's see if I can actually interact with it. So it looks like it's not out yet. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so Ropsten, that's the test net. Okay, so mainnet launch. This is good for last question. Cecil. Yep. The mainnet launch isn't going to be until Q4 2021. So it's very speculative, right? But Cardano is still speculative and it's worth billions. So I'll keep this in mind. That Ropsten, they're not even in testing yet. So it's really just a concept almost. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, Hive could be big. So let's move on to, I saw a additional question. What's up, fire up? Anyone buying Dank cool meme token on Uniswap? No, I don't buy meme tokens. When you're done with Hive, Can you get your opinion on XXP? I've been holding stale for a bit. Wondering if I should cut. Okay, sure. So let's look at SXP. And while the gas prices are booming, maybe that's because Pancake Swap. So there's probably less volume on that right now because people are talking about it in a negative way. Maybe people are moving back to ETH. Swipe. Swipe has been around for forever. I remember. Here we go. Let me close out some of this stuff to save up the RAM on my computer. Because I think I have like 4 gigs of RAM on this laptop. So Swipe SXP. I remember when this was. Yeah, I remember when it first launched. It launched on like the Binance Launchpad, or maybe it was KuCoin, and there was all kinds of promotion for it. And it's like a payment solutions type of cryptocurrency. I remember from way back then. I haven't followed it. So it was at 25 cents, and now it's at 2.95. So pretty good return there. Yep. So Binance, and it is an ERC20. So okay, but what did you say in the chat? You said I've been holding stale for a bit, wondering if I should cut. So introvert, are you in? I'm assuming you're in profit, right? I don't know how you wouldn't be holding this. So yeah, if you're in profit, I mean, it doesn't necessarily look like there's an impending dump. It has gotten rejected twice though. So I tried to retest that. You can see, and again, I'm not really a TA guy, but this is like very obvious that came back up to its all-time high and then got rejected again. So I guess in that sense, it does look a bit bearish for the short term. But yeah, you're probably more interested in the fundamentals. We can look at Swipe. Yeah, it's spend cryptocurrency. So it's like a crypto.com competitor. And then there's going to be like a Coinbase one and a BlockFi one as well. So I don't know with these. I personally, I don't want to spend my crypto. I've talked about this before. And the reason why I don't use a crypto.com card or anything is, well, are these a debit? Is it debit? Yeah, it's debit. Okay. Until there's crypto credit cards. So I would use a crypto credit card because in general, buying with credit or spending credit is much better than using a debit card. It's more secure. You can build a credit score and you get more rewards. So my stance is until there's crypto credit cards, I'm not interested. I don't want a debit card. I don't want to spend my crypto directly. I'd rather just spend my cash because crypto, I can save it and earn more on it. Cash is just going to lose value. So why would I spend crypto when I could just spend cash? As my mentality. I don't really understand people who spend their crypto. But yeah, that's kind of my stance on the cards. In terms of when to cut your position, again, that's up to you. I don't know. I don't really know enough about this coin. So it has been around for a while though. And yeah, I'm not sure, man. I think I'm going to end the stream here though, guys. Unless you guys have any last minute questions, let me know. I think this will be the end of the stream. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. We only had 6 streamers. Again, I think YouTube is like blocking my notifications. There's been a few people who said, I don't get notifications from you anymore, and they're not getting recommended. So I think they're kind of like blocking it, or the algorithm just doesn't like the channel anymore. But anyways, thanks you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.